All right, we're here with another episode of The Funny
Police. Bang.
where you have the right to remain laughing. I'm your host, Ashley Ryan, and this is also your host, Ethan Filler.
Hi, I'm Ethan Filler, and I'm here to make a splash.
And today we're joined again by the beloved Ross. I almost said Ross Matthews.
That's my name.
Ross.
The hilarious Ross Matthews.
Hi, my name's Ross Matthews.
Yeah, Ross
filling in for the
Matthews
not hilarious
said no,
Ross Belsky.
and so this is...
He doesn't even know who Ross Matthews is.
We got
I don't even know who Ross Belsky is.
Ross Matthews is like
He's the fat kid
gayest
on RuPaul's
comedian,
Drag Race.
the highest voice you've ever heard in your life.
Give me some food. Like
When I was working for Joan Rivers, higher.
It's like he's here.
Yeah. When I was working for Joan Rivers, the fashion police, he was in the office one day, and I didn't see him, but I heard him first. I was like, "Oh, who is around the corner? It's Ross Matthews." And I turned the corner, and it was him.
Our special guest, musical comedian extraordinaire, Ross Belsky.
Thank you.
So today our topic is a very exciting topic. It's in honor of Ross because he is a comedian that does a lot of music-based comedy, and his favorite type of music is punk bands.
Yep.
Oh, he does a Blink Floyd.
Blink Floyd. That's
Blink Floyd.
Blink 182 mixed with Pink Floyd.
He'll be
Fusion
like
cuisine.
playing Pink Floyd songs on the guitar, but singing the Blink 182.
Like all the small
lyrics.
money. What's my brain damage again? Stuff like that. You get it.
But anyway, today we're here
We got a
to
lot of dads in
discuss
our
punk
audience.
bands and if we think they're funny or not, and just everything about that. So first of all, Ethan, did you have any favorite punk bands when you were growing up? Did you ever follow that or get into it, or
I didn't particularly...
because we're different generations? I was a little
Yeah.
bit before y'all. How old are you, Russ?
33.
Okay, then we're the same generation. But Ethan is like 10 years younger than us. So.
I am.
Forget about that.
I don't
So mature.
particularly respond to that. I would say, kind of a not quite emo phase. I would say around like middle to high school age, I started listening to things like Melanie Martinez, which
I don't even know who that is.
it's she had some songs.
We're talking
that,
about
like,
punk bands, not some
I
girl.
listen,
Broadway.
I know. But like, I never really got into punk particularly. But
Ross, what was your favorite punk bands growing up? Did you go to any concerts? Yeah.
Like I got introduced to punk, but it's literally like pop punk, like Green Day and Blink 182. It's like so cliche. So like when I was like 10, 11, of
Wait,
course.
which one was better though? Which one was you can't have two favorites.
Oh, Blink is my favorite, but I got into Green Day first. Like I think a lot of people. But then I saw like how Blink was like how they were on stage, making all these jokes, like you fuck your dad or you suck this cow or whatever.
Wait,
And,
so you went to a concert?
okay, 1 second.
I didn't, but I saw Green Day like 5 years ago, and then Blink
Green Day
last
punk?
year. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So like,
they were punk.
see, like most
They
people
were
would say,
punk popish.
I think there's
but
sometimes
punk, yeah.
there's a lot of dialogue about what genre certain bands are because sometimes it all blends together and there's like a
Yeah.
large quilt of different.
they definitely
genres.
were punk rock, punk pop.
I've heard
it was like
also
a mix of them.
I've heard them
sometimes.
described as like emo.
well,
Yeah.
okay, so like when they first came out, they definitely were more punk and like on their indie albums that weren't as well produced, and it sounds like old ska albums and like all that kind of stuff. But then when they came out with Enema of the State, the one with all the small things and What's My Age Again, it's like the production was like like how Taylor Swift is like big, and so it became more like pop. But then by their third album with I Miss You, they started getting more serious and stopped singing about like What's My Age Again and about like heartbreak and crap. So that's like their emo.
Do you know they had a Broadway musical?
No way they did not.
Green Day. I think it was
Green
called,
Day, yeah.
I think it was I think it was called like American Idiot.
Yeah, it's like based off that album. That album's like a rock opera, and that's not punk.
I would love to
that's
see that
punk.
musical though.
Yeah.
Is it like still around?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
you can find recordings of it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like punk is not even about the music. It's more about just like,
The attitude.
yeah, you could play blues and still be a punk band
You know,
almost. I don't even know.
It's really interesting because like there's a lot of stuff it gave birth to. Like, I mean, you know who Vivienne Westwood is, the fashion
Yeah.
designer?
No.
She got her start in like the punk sphere, designing for like alternative punk rock people, and then she went on through that to become like this huge name in fashion.
Is she
Yeah.
close, or does she work with John Varvatos?
I think she may.
Yeah.
Because like the old CBGB's is now a John Varvatos store.
Mm.
Could be something.
Yeah, so my punk experience, I grew up in Texas, and all like the boys were into like Green Day and Blink 182, and
Well,
we also
Austin-
had Good Charlotte, and then
Oh yeah.
you mentioned emo, but when I think emo, I think like My Chemical Romance
that's
is
more
the
emo,
one.
yeah. Taking Back Sunday, all those.
Yeah, but now listening to them, I still do love Green Day and Blink 182. and I would really love to see Blink-182 in concert.
They're playing in July at Citi Field. If anybody wants to go with me,
Wait,
you'd be
where is
surprised
that?
how hard it is.
Is that New York or?
Yeah,
In
Citi Field is
Flushing,
in Queens.
Oh my God, I absolutely
it's
have
the
to
Mets
see that.
Mets Stadium.
But yeah, I do have to say that my favorite definitely is hands down Blink-182.
Oh yeah, that's
Green Day
they're
is the second
best.
place for
They're
me.
the funniest. Blink is the funniest.
But do we think that like these punk bands should be political, and which ones were? So the big one that sticks out is Green Day. They wrote a lot of political songs. Do you know the politics
American
behind
Idiot.
any of them?
Yeah.
What is that?
They were also on like that Rock Against Bush album. I mean, they have that whole album is about. I mean, there's like a song called Jesus of Suburbia, you know, and it's about like the system and all that crap.
I'm not this
Jesus
is-
of Suburbia.
It's like a 9-minute song. The whole album is supposed to be like an opera, a rock opera.
But what was the American Idiot song about? Remind me.
It was
It's
like-
I don't want to be an American idiot.
Being like
I don't know any of the lyrics.
I don't even know. Just I want to be one nation controlled by the media, like that. Yeah, controlled by the media.
Fight against the man.
Are most Americans idiots though? Is that true?
Yep.
I don't think so. They're just most I think are indoctrinated and like misinformed, but it's not their
Yeah,
fault.
what that's an American idiot.
Yeah, American victim, and everybody loves being a victim
Victim.
these days. I'm a victim.
I feel like is Pink considered? She's definitely punk, right?
She wants to
Because she
wear
sang about that. She's like, I don't
Some-
want to be a dumb blonde. What was that
there's-
song she wrote?
a stupid girl.
Stupid girl.
I think a lot of people want to
Stupid
co-opt
girls.
the look and attitude of punk without actually being that. And I think it comes off as sort of commercializing. Like
Yeah.
it's very much like she wants to like look like, yeah, I'm not like other girls. I'm cool. Hot take.
Wait, was
that
Avril
song-
Lavigne punk?
Yeah, she was trying to.
She's
be.
like just as
Oh,
punk as
I feel-
Blink-182 is, honestly.
she
like-
yeah,
I saw her in concert one time for
she
$20.
very much her whole thing was punk rock. That was
Yeah,
her whole
skater boy.
I
vibe.
love.
She was trying to get
Wait,
off.
I'm
okay,
a Bader boy.
What was that one song where she was like yelling? It was one of her newer ones. It was like, hey, you, Avril
I don't like
Lavigne.
your girlfriend.
I don't
That's
like
not
your
new.
girlfriend.
I ran for student body president when I
You
was
are
a
so
junior in
old if
high
you think
school.
that song is new.
And I
Sorry.
opened my speech by saying, hey, you, I should be your president. No way.
How did
Weird
And I
anyone?
lost. How did I lose?
How did anyone?
I could tell you.
I lost
ever-
to this really
how-
smart girl who
Should've
was
done Skater Boy.
valedictorian.
Ashley, how did anyone ever think you were straight or that you dated women? I don't understand at all.
I don't think anyone did, except my dates to
Yeah.
homecoming and prom that we didn't have any
But,
sex on.
like she was like totally like trying to be.
I love
Did you
it
try to
though.
have sex
like,
with many women?
She was, but Avril Lavigne was like classically pretty, and then like that last album, she got like super bleach blonde and everything, but then she just had all this like makeup and I think pink in her hair.
A lot
She's
of
like a symbol of
times-
Hot Topic, that store.
Yeah.
A symbol of Hot Topic.
Oh, yeah.
But
She's
do we think
definitely-
punk is still around, or is it kind of fading? Like, is Hot Topic still in
I think
business, or
It is, but I think it's very fading, and that's why
here's
it's
the
funny
thing.
though.
because
I
people
think
can't be punk anymore?
punk-
It's a
I
thing of the
think-
past.
I think punk trademark maybe is going away, but like alternative style is, if anything, larger.
That's the
than
definition
ever.
of an alternative.
People in Brooklyn are wearing ear gauges and they have arm sleeves of tattoos and they're wearing crazy makeup. I've seen it in
They
the
wouldn't
East
call
Village in
themselves punk.
Brooklyn.
They
wouldn't
think it's,
call
like, not
themselves
cool,
punk,
yeah.
But what they're doing essentially is punk. They don't even know.
And listen,
it.
I don't go around saying I'm a punk.
Did you dress punk because you were in a beanie now? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I was wearing this in like 2003, like real punkers wouldn't be like, "Yo, this guy's punk." They'd be like, "Oh, there's a normal guy." But since it's like slightly like that in 2024, it's like, "Oh, look at that punk motherfucker!" Like, you know.
I don't know. Like I think like anything that's like going against the grain that looks alternative, like sort of has a punk energy. I don't think this particularly is like visually, but I'm saying that like
Yeah.
Would you say I'm punk?
no.
Oh, come on.
Hey, you.
What if I put some more like
I'm not gonna-
black
I'm not gonna-
mascara eye makeup on?
Not my president. Hey, Ashley. That's not my
Hey,
president.
me.
You lost from the
I
Avril
don't
Lavigne.
think. I don't think anyone who lives in Hell's Kitchen can be punk. By
That's
definition.
true.
Okay, so we were talking about the politics behind like some of these songs with Green Day.
Mm-hmm.
Was Blink-182 ever political or
No.
no?
They're about
Wait, so
high
all
school
the
and-
small things wasn't written about Donald Trump's hands?
No, about
Because-
his little mushroom, his gangrene.
Or
Mushroom
what about
tip.
what's my age
was
again?
Harvey
I'm pretty
Weinstein.
sure that that's a direct quote taken from President Biden last week.
She's always.
What's
doing
my
it with-
age again?
You're always making it political.
What's my age again?
I love that song.
What's my age again? What other songs were any of them political?
Blink?
Yeah, you just said you went to one of their concerts and they said
Is
a bunch
Pink
of funny
Floyd
things on
punk?
stage.
Yeah,
What they said was really funny on stage.
I mean, they started singing "No Scrubs" in the middle of "Damn It."
Wait,
They're like,
Blink 182
TLC?
sang No Scrubs?
Yeah, like
oh
in the
my
middle,
god,
in the middle of their
love
song,
that.
in the middle of their song, and then like,
I
and then,
love
like,
that
Mark
song.
like grabbed Tom's balls while he was like playing. Like,
Wait, they grabbed each other's balls. Is
One of
that,
them,
is
he's
that
like,
punk
"Woo."
or is that like
I don't
something
know.
else?
They would always do that
Because
kind of stuff.
I think
The LGBT, the plus in LGBTQ plus stands for punk. The
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
is for punk.
do we think that Travis Barker is still punk even though he's married to Kourtney Kardashian?
yeah. I don't
Who's
give a
Travis
shit.
Barker?
Or is he
Travis
just pop
Barker
now?
is the best drummer ever. Like
He's the best
what
drummer
band was
ever.
Travis Barker with?
Blink-182.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's
I don't
with
know
Blink-182.
anything. You just sprung this
Okay,
topic.
That's
you
why
should
if
know
you-
Travis Barker because he's like the most famous for his tattoos and always being shirtless, like playing the drums.
He's an
Yeah,
icon.
that's 75
Like-
guys.
Yeah,
No, he's the he's dated to the Kardashian. Yeah, he's married to
He's married to
Is he
Kourtney
black?
Kardashian.
No.
Good for him.
I know.
Sorry,
He
not
must
like
be
Wait,
that.
did you
hung.
ask if he's black?
He's not black,
Yeah,
but he's
the
with the
He
Kardashians.
has tattoos.
Yeah, but he's got to be hung too.
Black people have tattoos.
He does have a lot of tattoos, so you
Hold
could
on.
maybe be confused
Do you
which way
think
he
black
is.
people can't have tattoos?
No, I'm
at
saying that
all?
his tattoos are black, that he's not black.
His
Okay,
tattoo-
I get
his
your joke
tattoos
now.
are just a
You were
black
making
man.
a Kardashian joke that,
Yeah.
like, no, but Courtney's. I don't think she's not like the rest of them. She's always she's married to Scott, the father of her kids, and now she's married. She got rid of him.
She got rid of Scott.
upgraded to actual real celebrity, which I thought that was pretty cool. I was
You
like,
know,
wow.
on one of their
How dare you
music
diss
videos,
Scott Disick?
one of their music
no,
videos,
he's a cokehead. And,
all the small things
yeah.
music video, they like have a sign. Someone's like,
Actually,
Travis, I'm pregnant. And
You're
then when,
friends with Hell's Kitchen gays. They're all cokeheads.
No, not all of them.
What about you?
I'm
You
not
are
a Hell's
one.
Kitchen gay.
A lot
You're
of people
cokehead.
don't do it
If I
anymore
was on
because
coke,
of the
I'd be much
fentanyl.
thinner.
It's bad.
I'm gonna
Watch
try
out.
coke too,
Don't do
actually.
drugs.
Guys, try coke.
Wait, we should talk about that though. Were drugs like a part of the punk scene? Were they like big on that?
I think it was
or-
more back in the day. I think it was more drinking. I think they smoked. I think they just smoke weed and drink. It's nothing like
I
classic.
may not know a lot about punk, but I know they were doing coke in the 80s. Anyone with more than $5
Oh
was
yeah,
doing
80s,
coke in the
80s is
80s.
different.
Well, why were people punk? Were they just mad about something? Like
Hell
what
yeah.
created
State
the
of
whole
Why are you a
world.
comedian? It's like the same,
state
but
of the
even
world.
harder.
Were they? I don't know. I feel like punk people are like, oh, I'm different than
They
other
wanna
people.
rebel,
Or
yeah.
they want to rebel. What were they rebelling
Mainstream
against?
Bullying.
society, suits and ties.
Suits and ties.
The government telling you what to do.
The government.
Wars, etc.
You won't do what you tell me.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you know who I think is punk, at least in the attitude, maybe not in the particular genre? Divine. You know who Divine is?
No.
From the John Waters movies? Divine
It
is
sounds
a
like
drag
a
queen.
drag queen.
Divine
oh,
is
okay.
a
Then
drag
I was
queen.
right. I was like, that sounds like
Divine's one of the most famous drag queens. She was in Pink Flamingos. She was the original mom in Hairspray in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she also had a music career. Her records were qualified as disco, is what they were labeled under. But she has this like really like loud, gravelly voice, and she wore this insane makeup. She was known. She was sort of
insane makeup.
she was sort of
That's
a-
crazy.
much crazy. She was like the proto Tricked Him Tell. Like she would like shave off her hair in the front and draw her eyebrows like up around here.
That's cool.
She like looked really. I'm like, that's like punk rock. Like to me, the vibe and the energy.
Yeah.
So
for
yeah,
sure.
you think punk is like part of the
an
style.
attitude.
It's
it's
like
almost
a whole
nothing to
it's
do
a
with the
lifestyle.
music.
Attitude.
Yeah. Almost nothing to do with the music, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so when you do comedy, going back to your comedy, do you like always do punk bands or do you
No.
you
actually,
do John Mayer too?
mean,
I
yeah.
would say the gall of getting up there and doing improvised song parodies to John Mayer is itself punk.
even doing a straight up cover without improvising would have been like, are you seriously wasting my time?
Yeah,
with that?
that's
No,
punk rock, wasting time.
I like that people are like either love John Mayer or hate. I find any guy that girls find hot and like go like this, I find it so funny
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know why. Like Jim Morrison makes me laugh, Elvis makes me laugh, and like John Mayer when he comes out and starts playing. like-
Timothée Chalamet.
no, I'm jealous of that guy. My ex was like into him, even though he's like,
Well, John
I
Mayer's
think
like the
he's
hot
funny.
nerd.
he used
I
to
also
be.
think he's like a big manly guy too.
He's tall and great hair and
yeah,
He broke
the girls
Taylor
are
Swift's heart.
always attracted to like a big manly guy.
But it's just also he's like he used to be like a nerd and so sensitive. Then he got like a sleeve and now he's like, oh, like I'm John Mayer. Now he knows he's cool. So it's kind of funny though.
I always think of like, to me, when I hear John Mayer, I think of like, that's the guy who like young divorced moms go to see.
Yeah,
Like 35.
What
and
Taylor-
That's
divorced.
why I'm saying like, why is it so
Oh.
hard to find a girl?
I
that
thought you
comes
meant
to
like
John-
dating wise. Like what? He dated Taylor Swift and she's not a young divorce.
No, but like, that's that's who like goes to his concerts.
You know
Yeah,
what?
because it's like mom rock now.
On that note, I went to a John Mayer concert, and my parents were both there, and they're divorced, and my dad brought a date. Yeah, so it was like
That's what he's
God.
for. That's what John Mayer's there
yeah,
for.
but they like weren't together, but we were all just happened to be at the same. I think I was with my friends like off somewhere. And
What year was it?
Wow, you heard it here first, folks. John Mayer
I was
uniting
still a boy.
families.
It was like at least 10 to 12 years ago, I'd say.
I need to know the exact year so I could tell you what he was wearing.
It was in Texas, and it was at a Smirnoff.
I like to
outdoor theater.
imagine that you went to the John Mayer concert and you watched John Mayer sing, and you were like, I know I'm a woman now.
you like, yeah.
I know. That's how you realize that you're a woman.
He
You were
transitioned
like,
you,
you listened to John Mayer, and you were like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I got to get on estrogen right now.
He's like, I'm gonna make all the ladies pregnant. Anybody on the fence, I'm gonna make you a woman.
I mean, I guess my body kind of was a wonderland. I was like, what am I supposed to do with all this
Yeah.
shit?
Seriously, everyone's a little bit.
And
Everyone's got Wonderland.
And John Mayer told you.
He's awesome. Okay.
It's the new transgender song. My body is a wonderland. What do I do with it? What surgeon should I go
song-
to? It's the
this-
trans anthem.
The song Gravity is about walking with breast implants.
yeah. Okay, your back hurts. Yeah.
I know here's gravity right
Oh,
here, everybody.
That's like full.
Well, you're going to have to edit that out.
And send it to me. No, I was gonna say
I want to go to church. Hallelujah.
that.
Are you going to put like little sensors over that, or are we going to cut it out completely?
Maybe
put
like
stuff
John
on it?
Mayer's face. What?
Yeah.
Two John Mayer's faces. Just two John Mayers.
One from when he's young and one
I've
that's
never
cool.
worn this shirt before, but I think I'm gonna
Are
start
you
wearing it
technically
more.
are you technically skilled enough to edit John Mayer's over your boobs?
Yeah, I can. We can do that.
That's all.
Oh my God. I'm
I
so
went to
excited.
film school.
I don't know if she's gonna cut it
And
up. I actually just
graduated.
showed her.
I graduated cum laude or something.
I love that you went to film school. You sat through like Casablanca and Citizen Kane and La
I fell
Bella-
asleep
and
during
La Bella
all those
Labette.
movies. I fucking.
And then you're like, oh, well, now I'm skilled enough to edit John Mayer over my tits.
Can you do it again?
I was a little controversial when I went to film school because we had a big documentary class. It was called cross-cultural documentary. And we had to make a, interesting documentary that was somewhat controversial. And they showed it to like the founders of the school, the people that donated all the money. And my documentary was called Gay for Pay, which was about a porn star who was straight that did gay
For
porn.
pay porn.
And it was very interesting. And it also was the best documentary out of the whole school that year.
Was that Sundance?
But
That
like
was in
some
Sundance,
of
right?
the conservative donors weren't really sure what they were seeing.
That's
because
good.
it was
There
very,
is-
it was a little sexual.
People make documentaries
little?
about controversial and interesting topics.
Yeah.
But they don't want you to make documentaries.
It was ahead of
about
its
that.
time, though. It definitely was.
I would watch that. That sounds really
It
interesting.
was really.
I hope you
I
did a
wish
good
we would
job
have made
with
a really long.
What were they?
one.
What was the documentary supposed to be about? Like reading Bibles or
Some
something?
people made it about trash and recycling. And
What is this?
so
How to
dumb.
with John
Yeah,
Wilson?
it's
It's
like-
like how to with John Wilson.
Literally,
You
what
ever see it?
investigate? Not to. I know we're getting so off topic, but like now I'm pissed. Like the entire purpose of like investigative journalism and documentarianism is to find controversial and interesting topics and then explore them. And that's what you did. And they're like, oh, this doesn't fit into my little worldview. You're going to
Yeah.
film school.
You know, that's
Whatever.
like interesting enough that
There's
I
an
would watch
artisan
it fictional.
school.
I would watch it if that was fiction, but the
Yeah.
fact that it's a documentary, I really want to see that. What that
Yeah.
guy like.
All right. Well, I think we've reached that point in
Yeah.
our episode where we decide whether or not we think punk bands are funny. Ethan,
They're still funny.
yeah. Do you think they're funny?
I would say so. I would say punk sort of is defined by almost like a knee-jerk reaction to rebel inherently. Like I said earlier, the fact that like there were guys who their dads all fought in World War II and they were like, oh, I know how to rebel. I'm going to wear swastikas. You're so dumb. So I would say there's something funny a little bit about punk rock and the fact that like Pink, who is at her core really a pop musician, being like, yeah, I'm so punk.
I think that's wrong. No, I think she was punk and she's become more punk. She still is punk. She has like short hair. She does like all this like
Yeah, but, like,
all of that
performances
is hanging down.
Popular now. Like having short hair and like having an alternative
But
style
still,
is
the way she
popular.
does her makeup and dresses, I think she's still punk to this day.
Yeah, but,
she's
like-
someone who like a lot of people can go through a punk phase. I don't think it was a phase for her.
I
It's
feel
who
like
she is.
other punk people would probably refer to her as like a sellout. I'm not me. I wouldn't say that.
They
'cause
wouldn't
I'm
even.
not-
They'd be like, she's not punk. She's just
No.
wearing the beanie. Yeah,
exactly, but like,
but she is.
no,
cool.
she's very punk.
she's cool. I think
because
she's
she
cool.
rebelled against the record label, telling her what to look like.
I think that stupid
what
girl
weight
song
she
is
needed to
fucked
be.
up. I think that
She hates Britney Spears.
I love the Stupid Girl song.
I think it's mean and misogynist.
Teachers dated her. Her parents
All right.
hated her.
Well, Ross, what do you think? Do you like
Pink is
punk?
cool.
Do you think it's funny?
Yeah, I think
Punk
punk rock is will always be hilarious. I mean, these days maybe if they like did this much less gay innuendo, because back then it was like funny, and now it's like, wait, what's the joke? Okay,
Yeah.
my brother's gay. It's not that
Yeah.
funny. But also, besides that, I fucking love how fun they have on stage and how much fun. And it literally it's like funny, man. The whole experience is like, this is funny, man.
If punk rock's not funny, explain this.
Seriously.
Explain this.
If this isn't funny, what the fuck am I?
Well, I'm gonna say punk is not funny. I think it's very serious, and I think we should respect it.
That's how you keep a good show. with the debate.
I love punk, and I really want to go to Blink-182. I'll probably go with you.
July
if you have
21st, City Field. Let me plug
Wait,
Blink-182.
21st?
They need it.
Okay.
July 21st.
Okay.
At City Field.
Yeah, so
Where the
please
shitty
send
Mets
us
play.
money, Blink-182, because we're promoting, and now people are gonna show up at your show.
They need our help, yeah.
Anyway, where can we find you, Ethan?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You can find me
punk rockers.
on Instagram at efiller13 or efiller13. I help run an open mic every Wednesday at 9:30 at Soho Playhouse. It's called Cuckoo's Open Mic. It's a variety show with music, comedy, really anything performance-wise you can do. You can do it here. Both Ashley Ryan and Ross Belsky actually have both been headliners there. So keep your eyes open. We always have a lot of good upcoming acts. Maybe one or both of you will headline again in the future. Wink. Ross, where
You
can
can
we find
follow
you?
me on Instagram, Error404. Boy, also you come to my plays, May 11th and May 25th at the Pit. They're really weird.
Yeah.
If you like Sopranos and Snakes on a Plane.
And
And you can find me at Ashley Ryan TV on all platforms. And so again, thank you so much for watching this week. Tune in again for more. And remember, you have the right to remain laughing. The funny, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Mayer on the tits.